Up next on a Sunset Drive, we have an interview conducted by our very own Nadia. Enjoy.
Welcome back, listeners. This is the Sunset Drive. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I have a full house, and I'm in the studio with some very special guests who have a lot to teach us about sustainability. I have Rebecca Olson, the CEO of the Oman American Business Council, as well as 5 of the winners of a competition set up by the OABC. Rebecca Olson, can I ask you to introduce yourself?
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having us.
It's a real pleasure. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm here with you and some students and some exciting news. So, you asked me to introduce myself.
Yes.
I have been in Oman now for almost 11 years. I'm originally American. I'm still American, I guess. And I do head up the Oman American Business. Actually, our name is Business Council.
Okay.
And we are the most active, largest business networking group in the country. So we mostly host events for adults. This is a unique thing we're going to talk about with students. Normally our events are for business people, CEOs, GMs, owners to come to events, meet each other, and get some business done and learn about business in Oman. So this event, which we're going to talk about today, is something unique that we do as a way to give back to the community.
Okay, and what was the event? Because recently, what I heard is you guys held a sustainability fair. Can I hear more about that?
Absolutely. So the Sustainability Fair was the brainchild and dream of one of my longtime board members. Her name's Marla Valdez. She's a lawyer here in Oman. She sits on the board of TASM and the board of OABC. It's our shortened name. And she thought, wouldn't it be amazing if, and this was right before COVID began, by the way, what if all these different stakeholders, businesses, small businesses, large businesses, focused on sustainability, came together and displayed what they're working on to students who also share their ideas. So the businesses get to learn from the students get to learn from each other, everybody's learning, everyone's raising awareness, and everyone actually with the students, they're competing to promote awareness of and ways to be sustainable in Oman.
And so this particular competition, these are the winners sitting with me, but what was the competition specifically?
So basically, it's a very open-ended sort of what are you allowed, I mean, when the students get the kind of invite to the event, and we had 10 schools participating this year, their challenge is to be inspirational, be imaginative, be inspired, and be thankful. And so they can do posters, models, videos, presentations, exhibits, experiments that they show up, almost like a science fair, and then the judges are walking around to all the different tables, and the variety is actually astounding. So some students are focused on raising awareness, others are like, we grew something. You'll hear more in a minute.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I have the winners here in the room. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
So my name is Adish Umesh Gaikwad and I'm from Indian School Al-Wadi Al-Kabir and I'm in the 9th grade.
My name is Mohammad Rayan. I'm in 9th grade and I'm part of the team.
My name is Manuel. I'm from ISWK. I'm part of this team that has fun.
I'm Sarvesh. I'm from grade 9 and I'm from ISWK. Hello everyone. I'm Sayan Singh from grade 9 from Indian School Al-Wadi Al-Kabir.
Okay, thank you guys so much. I'm curious, and so is Rebecca. Were you surprised to win? Or were you expecting it?
We already expected.
Oh, really? Can you tell me a bit about your project that won?
So we had 5 different projects presenting, like one team member of the team was designated to give one project. We start with the first with Ryan. We have the hydroponics.
Okay.
Hydroponics. So, as you know, hydroponics is a method of growing plants with water circulation, solar energy, electricity, reservoir, nutrient solution. So, what our project was basically, it's called Cracky. It's a passive hydroponics method. It is a method in which there's no circulation of water, there's no solar energy, no electricity. So, it best works with leafy green vegetables and it is more suitable in Oman type climate.
We didn't not only be presented on hydroponics, we had 5 different projects based on them. Like one only example was hydroponics. We had biocomposting, we had soap making, we had the saline water plant, seawater saline plantation, as well as one of the epoxy bricks.
Actually, then can each of you speak on the part that you worked on?
Sure.
Okay, so we heard from Ryan.
Yeah, so I will brief you about second sustainable project that was biocomposting. So it's basically compost to create compost, and it was made in a similar a proper structure where there was organic soil. What I mean by organic is there's no additives like insecticides or pesticides. and they were all vegetable peels, fruit peels, and there were no citric peels as it can kill the microbes present in the plant. So basically, it was a structure of creating manure and fertilizer, like the compost for plants
Okay.
in an organic way.
Yeah, so next is the organic soap, which is made from vegetable peels. The used vegetable oil, which was present at home, and we collected it. After that, we purified it with a slurry of water and corn flour, like the big lumps form, and then we purified the oil. We used the soap base, which we melted it by interchanging it into liquid state. We added the purified oil. We added some senior additives such as to give the color, the essence oil which gave fragrance, and then we waited for 7 days and we were ready with the soap.
Oh my goodness, your creativity is just it's off the charts to me. I'm very impressed so far. What about you? Tell me.
We felt that concrete was depleting the amount of sand that was present in the sea. So we wanted to create an alternative for concrete present in buildings for something that was way stronger. So we came up with epoxy bricks. It was the mixture of two chemicals put together in a mold, just like soap. We put it in a mold, and then after 3 days of curing, we came to a point where the brick that was obtained was 4 times as strong as concrete.
This is all really impressive, you guys.
Yeah, and the next project was saline water plantation. Oman's coastal regions have been infested with the seawater that has been rising because of global warming. Our project here was trying to solve that problem using an inclined plane where the soil was saline soil, salt soil, with seawater. How can a plant grow there? We are using specific crops known as heliophytes, which are salt tolerant, which use the salt in the seawater and the soil to grow. Once the model has used the water, the excess water goes through a filter to get purified water to be used for other crops that are not as salt resistant.
Thank you all for speaking on this incredible project. What inspired a lot of your ideas?
My project and a lot of our projects came from research and reading the reports of people that have lived in Oman for a long time. And when you read those reports, some reports complained about the soap qualities. Some complaints in the report talked about this salt soil that is in the coastal regions. So that gave us the idea to come up with the solution.
So it sounds like there was a lot of research that went into this, correct? Did you mostly focus your research on Oman?
Yeah, that was true because all of our research papers were complaints that were within this locality.
Interesting.
So
So
we just tried to solve the problem which was given to us, and most researched problem was this. So we tried to solve all these problems.
oh wow, okay. And then how did you envision this would make a positive impact on Oman's community?
It was more of what we thought would be the issue, and then from there we headed on to what could fix these problems that could have a positive impact on the society that we are trying to take this the effect upon. And slowly from there we tried to take the various number of ways we could solve this, and then from there a little bit of we filtered out whichever possible way we could do this, and we came to a sustainable point of view where we could solve these issues in a sustainable way that can be used in the locality and has a positive impact on the society around us. Yeah.
Was it easy for you all to work together, or were there like challenges?
It was easier because we had the support of our teachers
Mm.
and the partners we had. So if at some point someone is lagging, other would come and cover it up. So it was easier, and ideas also were supported by everyone. So
I love that. This sounds like it was a great project, not just for you guys, but also it could raise a lot of awareness about a lot of the issues that Oman faces with regard to sustainability, especially because it sounds like you guys in particular focused on what were the main issues. You identified the problem first, and then you went about trying to solve these problems. What was the most interesting new element of sustainability that you learned from your project?
There were many obvious problems in the society which was faced by many people regularly in Oman. We tried to solve all of them and take it to a larger scale.
That sounds like you guys were very successful with that. I'm just curious about like individually, in your individual research of these topics, were there any like new sustainable technologies or materials you learned about for the first time?
Yeah, there's quite a lot actually. On our way of making, on our way to make the project, we went over so many different chemicals or any other materials that we figured out would be sustainable for the future. So one of the projects that I went over, and it is a really sustainable material, is epoxy resin. It is a material that's quite commonly used in the artistic industry, but then it was also discovered to have the strength, 4 times the strength of concrete. So then once we went over that, we thought of how could we try to replace concrete in society using this chemical. So there are many other chemicals that we came across, like Sayanch's project, where he used soap from an oil, old unused oil, or already used oil that's gone to waste. So that oil can be turned into soap. That was a major step for us into sustainability.
What do you think is in the way of these being implemented in Oman? But what do you see as challenges to them actualizing? Yeah.
At some point there should be support from the community or the people present, because the organizers or other people might even like implement these, but people should support the ideas and they should implement it in their everyday life.
Do you think there is a lot of local support for sustainability?
And we are spreading awareness for this through this FM.
Yeah. I'm really glad that you guys are intending that right now. I'm curious to ask Rebecca, what are there going to be more projects like this, more fairs, more opportunities?
So this was actually our third time.
Oh wow.
The first fair, as I mentioned, was before COVID, like a week before lockdown. Thank goodness we got it in time. And then we took some time off for the pandemic, and now we're back. So this was the third, and it grows each year. But basically, it's made possible by a lot of sponsors. So if I can mention them just for a minute, I mean, the event was held at the W Hotel Muscat, and the Marriott Group helped support the food and drinks you all had, and the beautiful gardens that we were at, beautiful weather. And then Bauer Nimmer is a company that's been here in Oman with the largest, I think, globally wetland project.
Yeah.
In a desert. It's so, I mean, people who are listening should go Google them. Bauer Nimmer has it looks like a football field of green out in the middle of the desert in Nimmer.
Wow.
It's an incredible company. And then they share with the students about their work. 5 Oceans, Arab Led. There's all kinds of companies that contributed. Apex Media. They all come together, and that's what makes it so we can keep that. That's what makes the sustainability fair sustainable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that there are, what I'm seeing in my role as CEO of the American Chamber of Commerce, as this business group, is that with Vision 2040, there's a lot of emphasis. And it's not like there's one ministry saying we're sustainability. Everybody is being tasked with being more sustainable.
Yeah.
It's not going to be negotiable. With the ESG guidelines coming out for businesses, they're going to be required to be sustainable. So that's the good news. And these guys here are all the future leaders will have to look out for the world that we've made some mess of in my generation earlier. And actually, I just want to give one quick shout out.
Sure.
So Indian School Wadi Kabir was our overall winner. They were the big winners, and they're all gentlemen with us today. I was joking around, but Sahwa School was an all-girls team.
Oh wow.
And they won Best Presentation. Also, most innovative was BSM, British School Muscat. And am I forgetting any others? Oh yeah, most practical implementation was actually Muscat International School. So big congrats to them, even though they didn't make it here today.
I like how everyone gets recognized for something they did well.
Yeah.
I just want to ask a couple more questions for the winners over here. Of your projects, the research that you've done into them, which of them do you think would be easiest to implement first?
My Kratky method, because it best suits a Oman type environment. There's no circulation of water. There is a requirement of changing the water, but it requires a very less amount. It is space efficient. Obviously, there's a abundant source of solar energy over here, so best implementation, green vegetables. Yes. Even his project, seawater plantation.
It's meant for a smaller scale model right now, but if largest company take it up, it could be done in coastal regions at a much bigger scale.
Okay, so these two are the ones that could possibly, like, they look most possible for us right
Even,
now.
Even the biocompost is easy to make because you can get bits of mud boxes. It's readily available, and you can get soil. So it's not, and you can just get vegetable peels which are left over the waste materials. So it's not much of the things which you have to buy or spend money for. So
Yeah.
I would go for my soap which I made.
Yeah.
So over here, vegetable oil is present everywhere. We just pour it into the drains and then it starts clogging the drains, etc. So I think collection of vegetable oil is not a big problem. We move towards buying base of a soap which is not too expensive, not above 1 real or 2 reals. That will be much easier. We make it at home. It's homemade and it's ready to use.
Okay, this is very exciting, you guys, and I really appreciate how, I mean, it's very clear you've done so much research, and you all speak very, very clearly and informatively. I'm wondering, since we have a few minutes left, is there anything you want to share about your projects or about sustainability? You have a platform right now.
Eco Savvy, our project name, is given by a school, Indian School Al Wadi Al Kabir. ISWK practices it in many other aspects, such as hydroponics, which is there in a school entrance itself. The green sustainable plants, which is all around a school, which makes a school eco-friendly, which gives an eco-friendly environment to our school. We practice these all the products which are made was given by school. Most of the materials, plus our chemistry lab, which provided us the other materials for which I made soap, is epoxy resin. All the other raw materials were given by a school. A big support. Plus, our school is one of the most sustainable, which I can say.
That's that. Congratulations to you guys. Any final advice you'd give to other high school students interested in pursuing sustainable design?
The advice I would give is being courageous, because I have met a lot of students before my teammates here, and I have asked them, they were too nervous to speak in the fair there. They were smart students, and I really would appreciate if they had come forward. They didn't want to, because during exam time. And I would like for the smart students and the students who are truly capable to come up and do it.
So having courage. Anything else?
there was one moment which depicted that our members were very confident. During the fair, there was a guy who would ask questions about our projects and would ask the status. And he came and asked my fellow mate Rayan how was the project and what does he see the future about the competition. And he was like, it's an easy win for us.
They didn't mention it in the newspaper. I don't know why.
Easy win.
Excited.
Was this our guest of honor, Dr. Ali Akak from the Environmental Society of Amman?
I guess.
I heard he asked the hardest questions.
Yeah.
He asked the hardest questions. Rayan answered a question about who's the conductor over there. The person who was speaking and going to all groups and speaking on the mic. He told it's an easy win for us after seeing other models.
That'd be the title of a newspaper.
An easy win. I mean, it
win.
sounds like you guys also put a lot of work into it, and enough that you could very confidently come into the competition and say, yes, I'm going. It is going to be an easy win, like, without a doubt. Any closing thoughts from you guys?
Okay, thank you so much, first of all, Rebecca madam and Nadia madam, for welcoming us, the winning team. And we had titled our project Eco Savvy ISWK. And we are very grateful to all these students, because in spite of the busy schedule, that is, they had their final examinations going on. And in spite of that, they participated and they put in all their efforts to make it a great success, and we won it. So huge congratulations to our students. And whenever we came up, like we took up this project inspiring from our school itself, as rightly mentioned by the students. Whatever projects they have taken, inspired from them, base is from the school. So if if you come and visit our school, definitely will find sustainable things around, and we really appreciate our students' effort in this. So once again, thank you to Rebecca Madam and Nadia Madam on behalf of Indian School Al-Badi Al-Kabir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm really glad I could have interviewed you guys. I learned a lot today. Rebecca, hi.
Hi.
It looks like she's excited to share something.
One thing I want to say about these students' project is there was live things at their table. Like, if you're the judges and you're walking around and you see that someone's been growing something and making something that exists.
We gave vegetables away.
Yeah.
We grew in
They're giving away vegetables. I mean, you can tell they didn't just start 2 weeks ago. So I think it's over there at your school, there's more of a lifestyle. It's going to go on next year and the year after that. You're going to teach the younger students. And I hope other schools are listening, because there's so much opportunity in Montfort schools to learn from each other. But thank you for your hard work. I think that the students are going to inherit the world that we're in. At some point, you and I, Nadia, are going to be old, and we're going to be old, and they're going to have.
They're
going to
save the world. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful world, and especially Oman is a beautiful country, and so it's good that we're working on saving the planet together.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Clearly, Indian School Wadi Kabir has a lot going for them in terms of sustainability. We have a lot to learn from them, and I would like to just thank everyone for being here. Rebecca, thank you, Vivette, and the students who all won EcoSavvy, right?
Yes.
So Team EcoSavvy, congratulations again, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with next.
Yeah, you tuned